Hey everybody, welcome back to Series Recap here for the week of September 5th. Of course, we were all off on Monday. Hope you had a wonderful holiday, but still plenty of esports news to cover here at Series E throughout the rest of the week. So let's not waste any time and get right back into the fun. As always, we start off with our Apex Legends news, and of course we start Tuesday night. It's open night, and we had a 3-team battle all throughout our 6 games. ASG, Slept On, and Team Nerf duked it out all throughout the night. In the end, it was a very tight run to the finish, as both Slept On and Nerf ended up with 73 points apiece at the end of all 6 of our games. But Nerf won the tiebreaker and took the title of first place on Tuesday night. Then, jumping into Pro Night, we of course had a huge announcement for Series E as Tripods. Nick Merck's ALGS team joined the fold here at Series E, and we got to see them competing for the first time on a Wednesday night. They were solid in the first half of the day, winning multiple 50-50s against Team Esports Arena at Landslide, though ultimately it wasn't a night to quite write home about for Tripods, but we'll have to see what more they can do in the future. In the end, it came down to a very contentious battle between multiple different teams. The big boys on Wednesday night were NRG, Renegades, and our good friends at G2. Now, you'll remember that a week ago, NRG were the first place finishers on Wednesday night, but it wasn't as dominant a performance as we're used to seeing from the pros. NRG finished with only 62 points to end last Wednesday, and they were looking to build off of that here tonight. Now, Renegades were looking good all throughout the day, and G2 with some early strong performances put themselves in contention for the top of the table. But NRG's strong second half on Storm Point secured them first place overall and back-to-back wins here in Series E. We'll have to see if maybe next week somebody can dethrone the GOATs of NRG. Now it's time to dive into the FGC with our good friends at Guilty Gear Strive. Now, of course, we had last week off, and a lot of folks had a good time over at East Coast Throwdown and PAX West. And of course, congratulations goes out to Umisho as she took home the title at ECT. We're very proud to see her continuing to succeed inside and outside of Series E. But let's focus our attention on what happened here this week. All our players coming back in to compete, and we had some new faces like Nubenheimer coming out of the WNF bracket. It was a very interesting run to our grand finals this week. Peppery Splash made it all the way through the winner's side to get into grands after defeating Tempest in winner's finals. Tempest had taken out Umisho the round before in an impressive 3-0 beating of the Happy Chaos player. Those two met once again in the loser's bracket, and Umisho fell 0-3 once again, so Tempest with a dominant 6-0 performance over our first place holder in Series E so far this season. Tempest then went into grand finals looking for revenge on Peppery Splash. The first series, Tempest goes down 0-2, but was able to get the reverse sweep and grab the win to force the reset. Deja vu in the grand finals reset as Tempest once again went down 0-2, but was resilient and took out Peppery Splash once more with the back-to-back reverse sweeps. Tempest continues to be the perfect number 2 in our overall standings behind Umisho and does own that head-to-head matchup very well. We'll have to see how they continue to pan out as the season continues. As always, we finish things up with, of course, Halo Infinite. Now, Monday was a holiday, so no Halo Open night this week, but we will have it back the next time around. So just Friday night to talk about 4 squads coming out this time. We kick things off with Esports Arena Blue up against Oxygen, and Oxygen, despite winning the Series 3-0, not as dominant as that scoreline would indicate. Esports Arena Blue very close in every single game. Their closest performance, in fact, in the final game of the series. But Oxygen take the win and move on to grand finals. Then we head over to the other side of the bracket, and we got Native Gaming with a substitute in playing up against Crowd Pleasers. This one, a bit of a more dominant performance. Though Crowd Pleasers did win the first game of the series, Native really settled in game 2 and looked better and better as it went on. They take the 3-1 win to earn themselves a date with Oxygen in grand finals. Now, grand finals certainly delivered on the title of grand finals as both teams duked it out, trading games back and forth, and we went all the way to a deciding game 5.
It was a nail-biter finish that did finally see Oxygen taking the win there 3-2. They are the champions this week. They grab themselves a nice $500 for the win, and we'll have to see if they can defend that title next time around.
All right, folks, that does it for this week's edition of Series Recap. You're all caught up for everything that happened the week of September 5th. We're getting very close to the end of the season, but still plenty more Series E action ahead of us. So don't miss out on all our shows next week, all kicking off at 4 p.m. Pacific time right here at twitch.tv/esports arena. I will see you there.